All right. And now...
So this is probably the Disney Plus trailer that has elicited the
Received?
Received.
There you go. Received
the probably the biggest response.
The most views, the biggest response by far.
Because we're finally getting a live-action Star Wars TV show.
Isn't that amazing?
Which is kind of mind-blowing. I never thought I would see this in my lifetime or my children's lifetime, and yet here it is.
It's actually happening.
So, needless to say, we're both pretty stoked out of our minds.
Yeah.
Is it fair to say that November 12th, this is
the
thing we're going to go to first?
This is the number one thing I'm looking forward to, by far. And I know I'm getting my hopes up really, really high. I really do. But it's got a great team of creators behind it and directors. And I've been pleased with all the directorial stuff Jon Favreau has been doing.
Yeah.
And
so is he behind this one?
Oh, yeah. He's like big time producer. I think he directed at least one or two episodes. I'd be surprised if he didn't.
Yeah.
But he had a big hand. I think he's written some episodes.
He's responsible for The Lion King, though. So
I enjoyed it. I did.
All right, let's check this out.
Yes, please.
And let's see if there's any slow remakes of Disney songs to help get us in the middle. No. Okay. Lots of stormtrooper helmets. Already intrigued.
Impaled on spears.
Ooh, yes.
Since the revolution.
Since the revolution.
It is a shame that your people suffered. But bounty hunting is a complicated profession.
That's awesome.
They said you were coming. They said you were the best in the parsec. Would you agree? Mandalorian, look outside. They are waiting for you. Yeah? Good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep, I'm in.
Shut up and take my money, Disney.
I actually thought the other trailer had... I forgot that on this more recent trailer that we just watched, they had IG-11, that droid that is like swiveling around and shooting stuff, and which is so cool.
You knew the name of the droid.
I researched it.
I
researched it.
Now,
yeah.
Were you?
I mean, I knew IG-88 was kind of Boba Fett's companion in the Star Wars canon, was kind of like by his side, sort of. Because
you are at the nerd level where you read Star Wars books, right?
I read not as many as you would think.
Okay.
I read some of the bigger books, but it was like my brother who read every book. Oh, yeah. So he could probably recite Star Wars lore, right off the top of his head. But no, I was never that far into it. But I did my fair share of Star Wars worship as a kid in high school and everything. So
I would pretty much just the movies in my childhood. So obviously the original 3, and the 2 Ewok movies.
Yeah.
Which are absolutely canon, okay?
Oh, well, of course. The Caravan of Courage? Are you kidding me?
Yes. Battle for Endor, baby.
Everyone knows that is locked into the storyline.
Yes. Yeah. Right
wasn't
there.
Wilford Brimley in that movie or something? Or
special.
Maybe that wasn't the old guy. I forget.
Maybe.
I'm trying to remember. It's been so long since I've seen those, but
yeah, I don't know.
But I'm very much looking forward to this one.
Yeah.
We'll have to research it, but I'm pretty sure this is the one of the shows that they're releasing a week at a time as far as an episode goes.
Yeah. And so I was interested because they show all the stormtrooper heads basically, so showing that and they mentioned the revolution has happened. So according to the description, this takes place after the fall of the Empire, so after Return of the Jedi, basically, right? And then, but before the newer trilogy, right, with the First Order and all that. So it's kind of in between the original series and the new sequels. So that'll be interesting because maybe it'll fill in some of the gaps as well from between that, or it'll just be its own thing. But either way, I love the idea of the world building. I love the quick draw Western style action and
I'm all about too the story just kind of it's just gonna be something hopefully different. And that's what I was reading about, like the directors, which I really appreciated, was they said they were going to put IG-88 in this, but that's the reason they switched the droid, because he said, I don't want any just kind of past familiarity with things. I mean, you're obviously going to have things that they're going to nod to all the time.
They showed the carbonite,
but C-3PO is not going to walk into frame and just be like, "Hello, sir." It's not going to.
Now, the only thing I really care about though is, are they going to subvert our expectations?
Sure.
Because if they're not subverting my expectations,
if there's no subversion,
forget about it.
Then forget about that. Dude, one thing, you know who Bill Burr is, the comedian?
Yeah.
Did you see the shot that he was in this?
No, I didn't.
Oh, it's hysterical because he's always over the years made fun of like Star Wars nerds, and he's just like, I never got it. I never liked the movie. And then John Favreau got him I think a pretty sizable part. And by actually acting in it, he says he's grown to totally appreciate like the story and the lore and everything. So he kind of became a Star Wars fan just by being able to act in it, which he was pretty stoked about. But looks like it's got Carl Weathers.
Yeah, I saw that.
Carl Weathers from Rocky and Predator fame and all that other stuff. But I love him as an actor. I'm so stoked. I can't. Yeah.
I'm still like basking in the just the appreciating the fact that there's a live action Star Wars show,
and
when you finish an episode, you're not just like, okay, I guess I'll wait next year till they release another one, or that trilogy's over, so there's like this. I
mean, and really this
next week,
really
wait to see what happens next.
Really, we do have Disney to thank for the fact that there is a live action show. If this never left the hands of Lucas. He's so protective of his property and all that stuff. I mean, it's obvious we wouldn't have had probably the new sequels. We wouldn't have had, and we certainly wouldn't have had the show. He never would have greenlit it. If he wanted to greenlight a show, he would have done it in the 90s, like when Star Wars was starting to I mean, it was still very popular, but there was no new movies or anything to really pump people up. I mean, unless you count the Star Wars Christmas special in the 80s, but that's an abomination.
Yeah.
So anyway. Looks awesome. That's my number one for day one.
Super stoked.